I've tested well over 100 different Claude Code skills, and in this video I'm going to show you the 6 that I actually use pretty much every day that actually save me time and money. And these aren't just going to be skills from some random GitHub repo that you only really use once. These are actually going to be skills that I've either built myself or heavily iterated on myself that I genuinely use every day, and you probably will too. Before we jump into the video, if you do want to grab these skills so you can use them for yourself, just make sure to follow the link in the description of this video. You can get them for completely free. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm going to walk you through the 6 different skills here one by one. I'm going to give you a brief overview of what the skill actually does, and then I'm actually going to show you it in action. So the first skill that we have here is a skill that I've actually shown in another one of my videos, but it's a really good skill. I use it pretty much every single day, and this one is meeting prep, and it does exactly what you think it would do. It preps you for any upcoming meeting that you have, so it can scrape through your entire inbox history to see if you've had communications with these people. But if, for example, it's a new inquiry, so you haven't really had many email conversations, it's going to be able to identify that it's a new inquiry, and it's going to go and it's going to research their company, look at your past inquiry calls, and work up an agenda for the call, what you should be talking about, what you should avoid, and then also some just like key pointers that are specific to their company or their specific inquiry. So I've already ran all of these skills through just to save us a little bit of time, but this was with a past call that I had just to demo it out for you guys. And you can see I got a rundown of who this person was. This was a new inquiry. I got a rundown of who they were, and then I got a rundown of the deal context inside of HubSpot, because obviously that's all automated, so it's just nice to know what's going on inside of HubSpot. And then a quick email history here, and then a suggested agenda, and then also just some talking points for us to go over in the call. So specific things like his qualification criteria, adding his business partner to the call, etc., and also just some things to watch out for. So the reason this skill is so good is because if you do any kind of sales, you know how important it is to be kind of researched and prepped for your calls, and this is just something that does all of that for you completely automatically. So you can go into every call knowing exactly what you're talking about, who you're talking to, the things to watch out for, and specific things to touch on in that call. And then the next one we have is proposals. So I use Claude Code to assist me in writing a lot of my proposals. So I'm going to quickly show you how that actually looks. So you can see I just simply run proposal and then the name of the lead that I want to do a proposal for. And what it's going to do is it's going to scrape through. I've likely just had a discovery call with this client or with this lead. So it's going to go through and it's going to have a look at the transcript of that discovery call and work with me on a proposal. So it's outputted to me a HTML and PDF, and you can see some of these might be a little bit different to how it would usually run, just because for the demo for this video, I'm doing it with past leads and past clients and things like that. But it's giving me a HTML and it's giving me a PDF, and it's giving me a rundown here of exactly what's in that proposal. So I'm just going to say to Claude, open up the PDF for me, so we can actually see this PDF and have a look at the kind of things that it can generate. Awesome. So this is what is generated for us. So this was an SMS campaign for a mortgage brokering company. So you can see this is the first page of the problem, and all of my proposals are structured the exact same way, and Claude knows this, so it does them all in the exact same way, so I can, ensure that all my proposals are looking the same and we have an actual structure that we know works. So it starts off with the problem page here, and then the bigger picture. So there was some other things that we talked about with this lead on the call. So this was just talking about phase 1. Then we're looking into like phase 2 and phase 3 as well. And by the way, all of this information is like completely verified. It's been like drilled into it using this skill that it doesn't make up any information. All of the information is completely legit. So then after that, we have phase 1, the pilot. So this is going to be the actual system we were building for them. And then once the pilot is proven, it was also going to do a reactivation campaign and scale and manage runs. So that's kind of like just phase 3 there. And then why autonomously AI. So just some stuff about my agency here. So some of our past case studies, it's got all of my case studies uploaded into this. So it kind of picks the ones that apply the best to this specific proposal or this system that we're going to be building. And then it would just have the investment page here and then the timeline as well. So of course I don't just let Claude completely rip it for every single one of my proposals and just say, okay, great, that looks good, and then go with that. It's more of a collaborative process, but you can see I'm getting like 80%, 75, 80% of the way there just with one singular prompt. Everything that it puts in that proposal is completely verified from call transcripts or from email threads. So I know it's not making up any information or getting any random data from somewhere. And then the third skill, we have onboard client, and this one's really cool. Basically, as soon as I've onboarded a client, I can run this skill and it just sets up everything that needs to be done when we onboard a new client. Specifically, that is setting up an onboarding document that contains everything we need, setting up a new Google Drive folder and then a bunch of subfolders inside of that, with the different things that we're going to need throughout that project, sending over an automated email to the client, giving them a breakdown of everything, and also sending over that document, and then also adjusting things in our CRM so everything is up to date in there. So to show you how that looks, I just did it with the same client that we did that proposal and meeting prep for. So I simply just run onboard client, and then it asked me which client I want to do this for. And then what it did, if we scroll down here, yeah, so what it did is it created this structure inside of Drive. So we got a subfolder for contract and scope, access and assets, and then build, deliverables, and then communication. And then it gave us a kickoff document here. And if we open up this kickoff document, it basically just shows everything, kind of like a quick brief of the project and everything that we're actually going to be working on, that we can just quickly send to the client to make sure they know what's going on. And then it updated the client record in HubSpot, and then it drafted a welcome email to them as well, and it's put that in my Gmail drafts. So now we are pretty much ready to go to start working with the client. So you can see just these 3 skills here are a big chunk of the sales process. So let's say this was all to do with one client, was working through one client here. They book up an inquiry call, we run meeting prep so we know exactly what we're talking to them about, the kind of things we need to touch on, and who they are and what they do. And then once we've done that, we use Claude to help us write a proposal for them by using this proposal skill. Gets us 75% of the way there, and then we iterate on it manually, and then we have a really, really solid proposal. And then once we take that proposal to the client and they inevitably love it, then we can run onboard client once we've signed them, and then set up everything we need to actually start working with that client. So just those 3 skills alone, you can see the amount of utility and actual like real business use case we get from them. They're not just kind of like gimmicky skills that, like I said, we found randomly on GitHub. Then another really cool skill that I use all the time is delegation brief. And basically what this skill does is whenever I need to hand something over to a team member, I can use this delegation brief skill. And what it does is it packages up all of the context of whatever task it is we're working on. So I'm going to show you an example in a sec, but say I want to hand off a task to someone else on the team. It's going to package up all the context, exactly where we are with that task and what exactly needs to be done and how that person is going to fit into doing that. And it creates this really nice doc that I can send over to that person so they can just easily pick up that task. It's really cool. So Claude's actually just finishing off running this skill here, but what I've done is I've done delegation brief to Kelsey, who's our lead developer, and said that he needs to take the proposal call on Monday. So we have a proposal call on Monday. And let's just say for whatever reason, we want our lead developer to take that call for us. I can run delegation brief. Kelsey needs to take the proposal call on Monday. And then it gives me this full document here that I can just send over to him that just says objective and context. It's giving me some background here on basically everything that he needs to know going into that proposal call, and then the scope, the actual scope for this project, and then what's out of scope for this project, and then all the steps and milestones, the talking points and the objection handling that you might need to do on the call, and then access and resource checklist. So basically all of the resources and all the context that we've gathered up leading up to this proposal call, where exactly he can find it, and then the different tools to use on the call, and then the deadlines that we have with this specific client, all of the communication we've had, the success criteria, the things he needs to confirm before he starts, and then some open questions for me as well. So as you can see, pretty much everything he would need to know in order to actually, he's not going to be taking this proposal call, but if he was going to, this would be pretty much every single thing he would need to know to be able to take this proposal call. And you can do this with any task, and you can do it with any team member you like. It's a really, really awesome skill, and I use it all the time because you're constantly having to delegate different things to different people, or for example, you know, you're sick, you're on holiday, that kind of thing, stuff like that happens sometimes. So now and then you need to just delegate things to people, even if it's not their specific role or their specific job to do that. And then after that, we have brief, and this is a skill that I use all the time. And what it does is I run it every evening, and basically it just tells me all of my outstanding tasks and the things that I need to do to finish up the day, anything I've forgotten during the day or anything I need to do to prep for tomorrow. So it scrapes all of my communication, like my WhatsApp, my email, and it also scrapes my calendar, and then also my HubSpot and anything that I need to do. And it gives me an output that looks something like this. As you can imagine, a lot of this is going to be blurred out just because this is my actual schedule and the things I actually need to do. But it's given me some priority actions, my main focus, and then just today's schedule, a quick overview of my pipeline, and then what's going on with my content, and then also just a summary of my inbox. So not too many outstanding tasks for me to do today, it looks like, but when there is, I just make sure to run that an hour or two before I'm going to log off for the day to make sure I've got everything done. So it's a really, really neat little skill there that I genuinely do just use every day. Just gives me a quick brief of the things I need to do before I can log off for the day. And then we have content repurposer, because obviously I make YouTube videos. That's what you're watching right now. And I like to repurpose a lot of that content into things like newsletters, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. And using this skill, I can easily repurpose any type of content I want into any other kind of content that I want. So I just said to Claude Code here, content repurposer. So I ran that skill and then I just said my recent YouTube video. So I think my recent YouTube video was making AI ads with Claude Code. So AI meta ads with Claude Code. Did give me an output up here, but it told me that the YouTube tool wasn't working quite right. So I just had to basically redo the connection and then say to it, I've redone the connection. So here is the actual output. So it's giving me this full content kit, which is really cool. It's giving me the core ideas and quotable lines. So the heuristic that powers the whole thing. No company would keep an unprofitable ad running for 2 months. Ad lifespan equals profitability. That's a signal Claude Code ranks on. So it's also about scraping your competitors, seeing what ads are working well for them and then replicating them. That was kind of the gist of the video. And then just a few other core ideas here about that video. So then it's given me one LinkedIn post here that I can easily just copy and paste into LinkedIn. And it's given me another one here. This is the third one. This is the fourth one. This is the fifth one. And then it's given me some short form content scripts. So if I want to make some Instagram or TikTok content about that, it's given me script number 1 with the hook being no company keeps a losing ad running for 2 months. That's how you find the winners. So pretty cool, actually. And then the script number 2, these 4 meta ads cost me less than $1 and they're backed by data. Script number 3, Claude Code told me this ad would win and it was 80%. And it was 88% sure. Why? If you watch the other video that this is referencing, these will make a lot more sense to you. And then it also gave me an email newsletter, so I can just run this to my newsletter to give everyone a little bit of free value there and also maybe just promote my video. And then if I wanted to post it to X or Twitter, it's giving me a bunch of different X posts here. And then if I wanted to do carousel as well, it's giving me a bunch of different carousel posts that I can do just from that video. So then now at the bottom, it's giving me a full posting calendar for the next week. So you can see we've got like 2 posts for each day, 2 or 3. Oh no, it's just 2 posts for each day. And that's a mix of like LinkedIn posts, short form content, carousels, email, X posts. So really, really cool. And that's literally just from one video. It transcribes it, understands exactly what I'm talking about in the video, and it generates all of this content that directly references everything I said in the video. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I tried to do a little bit more of an authentic video here where I show how I'm actually using Claude Code, because like I said at the beginning of the video, you're going to see a lot of Claude Code content where people just get random skills from the internet and, you know, they're pretty cool, but you only actually really use them once. There's not a whole lot of utility with them. But these skills are skills that I've made myself or heavily iterated on from other people's skills, and I use them all the time. And this is how business owners are actually using Claude Code. A lot of the stuff you see is a little bit gimmicky, but this is how people are actually using Claude Code.